Hey everybody, good day and good energy to y'all. So I want to talk about something Joy mentioned in her video. I forget the exact title name, but I think it was a video with an R. It was like Raz Kalat. And anyway, in the video, she was talking about, how, who said there had to be a meaning to life or a purpose to life, and it's a good question, and nobody did say that there had to be a meaning or a purpose. I've given my life a purpose, and I've found meaning for me to pay my attention to, based on what I see happening in the world today. I would, I'm not even, so for me, I think it's good to share, the caution in entertaining, that type of thought, of not having a meaning, of not having a purpose, nihilistic thinking, not caring about, the things around you. These can be they can be destructive thoughts. They can be bad thoughts. They can be thoughts that get you into a deeper state of misery. And I think a lot of the times people, they entertain these thoughts because they're actually trying to escape or get away from misery. Because a lot of the times, at least when I've done these things, and when I've perceived others doing similar things, it's to get away from something. We don't care. We put up these walls, these barriers, these fences. We, have no meaning or, are aimless with our lives. And a lot of the time it's just because we haven't found anything to really care about, or just don't have the desire to care too. It is what it is. It's a state of being, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a level. But the level that I'm at is, seeing, humanity destroy itself, at such a high level and in so many different ways, spiritually, mentally, physically, economically. It goes on and on and on. All the work that I see needs to be done. All the things that I feel I know how to do better, or at least give, energy and voice and reason to doing better, and there seems to be an amount of people that think similarly. So for me, and then of course it goes into the crimes. The child trafficking, there's just so many crimes. The corruption, the pollution and exploitation of the earth in third world countries, the kidnapping, the child sacrifice, the programming of the human mind to a lower self, to become monsters and slaves. There's a lot of work to do, and the enemy, evil, it does, gain a lot of power because it portrays itself as something that's benign, as something that's good, as something that's not out to hurt, steal and kill. But mind you, if you're living in the systems, in these cities, and you're paying money, energy, and resources, or however way you're helping support, this system, and if you're sitting back while you're watching everybody else burn and you're not doing anything about it and just, talking about it, then, it's neglectful. Talk only takes you so far. You got to act, you got to put your, it is what it is, actions speak louder than words. Things don't get done just by speaking. Speaking helps us get to the point of action, and we use our speech to help us figure out the correct action and to learn from actions that we don't find favorable and to grow, but it's, you got to do the work. There's no way around it. And actually, when you start doing the work, there's a lot of therapy that comes from work. And I think a lot of people here in America, especially, are suffering from a lack of good work. Like, we do a lot of work doing things we don't like and that really aren't good for us in the surrounding area. But how much work are we doing for things that are actually good for us and other people? Just from the goodness of our heart too. If you've got your life based in money, and if you spend most of your time and energy focusing on ways to get money just for yourself, then that's, what you're going to start to become. And, you're going to develop a void and an attachment to materialistic things, and you're going to lose your connection to love and higher vibrational, more etherically, type of things. It is what it is. Now, if what you're doing with your money, see, it's all about what you can go after the money, but you got to be using it for the good of everybody, of all. And you also have to be careful about the way you go about getting your money, because if you go about getting your money through illicit means, through sinful ways, even if you have good intentions, it can still have bad outcomes. It's still going to have bad karma, because you're still doing, evil. There is a way to make money, to gain resources, to navigate through this reality, while helping people, and and not having to commit sin, or at least a very high level of sin. If you're just working a normal job at a grocery store or a restaurant or delivery driver or something like that, I mean, that's a very low level, and it's, but I'm talking about sin, like if you were to sell your body, for prostitution, or if you're making money off selling people drugs, or if you're exploiting them or manipulating them or selling them shit that they don't need, using your influential powers to sell people things that are bad for them and for the planet. These are higher levels of sin that a lot of America's workforce is doing, and it is what it is. That's another reason why I think us deprogramming and detaching from all this city stuff and moving away and transitioning into nature, where we can develop a whole different infrastructure system of agriculture and building and growing and teaching and schools and the whole 9 yards, man. But it starts with the infrastructure and the power and the food and the water. Once we can get our hands on being able to produce that and distribute it to the public, and develop a fair rate of exchange that's good for everybody, then, we can, really start to, have good, lives, and focus on, normal things like just, having good relationships with our friends and families and having kids, and, then we can start developing good jobs that are actually good for people and good for the world and good for ourselves, So anyway, I just wanted to, sorry, I feel like I'm starting to ramble a little bit, so I want to just put the brakes on, and, anyway, I hope you guys, I just wanted to share with you the reasons why I, choose to, I guess, I found meaning, and what meaning is to me, and why I think it's good for us all to have meaning, good meaning in our lives. I mean, there's good and bad, and we all got a part to play, but I think that, it's the good side right now that needs a lot of help. And it's also the good side that's the harder side. It's the side that requires the most strength to be most highly successful in. It has the most resistance. It's going against the trend. So, it is what it is. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. All right? Okay, bye.